Okay, so we now shift to a major challenge, that is unemployment. Now, unemployment is a condition when a person is actively seeking a job but is unable to get employed. He is called an unemployed person. Now, people in the working age, that is 15 years to 59 years, are termed as unemployed if any one of them is without a gainful employment. But additionally, we need to remember that if a person is voluntarily not wanting to work, he cannot be termed as unemployed. For example, if I may say that a student, a student who doesn't want to work but has a degree and adequate amount of skill set, but he wants to study more or he doesn't want to get a job right now, he is not considered unemployed. Also, if a person gets early retirement or wants to retire from his work early, although he is in the age group of 15 to 59 years, but he still won't be considered unemployed because he is not wanting to work. So next we come to unemployment. So unemployment comes in various forms. This is not a single problem, it comes in various forms. That is, first when we see in urban areas, the unemployment is educated unemployment. In rural areas, we see seasonal unemployment and disguised unemployment. Let's study these. The first one, educated unemployment. This type of unemployment is very high in urban areas where even the highly educated youth, that is the graduates and the postgraduates, are unable to find a suitable job. Some also call this particular phenomena as demand supply gap. Why we are seeing this demand supply gap? Because the supply is different and the demand is different. Although the person has a degree, as if a person has a degree, but that degree is not in accordance to what he needs to do in the employment world. So this occurs because of lack of proper training in the individuals. Now the problem here is the faulty education system, mass output, where we see that the education system is built in such a way that it only focuses on grades, on getting degrees, and does not focus on the practical work, that is the kind of work that the person needs to do in the employment sector. Next we come to the seasonal unemployment. Seasonal unemployment is most prevalent in the rural areas where people are dependent on agriculture. How come we can say this? Because if we see a farming cycle, it is season based. The harvesting, the sowing time, at that point of time they are highly busy, but there are some months or some particular season where they don't have any work to do. So there are also other works like if I may give an example of a factory which produces sweaters or hoodies, that is the warm clothes. So the employees of that factory are employed in the early winter season, just before the winter has started, or during the winter season, but are unemployed during the summer season because the demand of the demand of the product is very less out there. Now we come to the next one, that is the hidden or the disguised unemployment. Now this type of unemployment is also prevalent in the rural areas. Now for this we can take an example where there is a family and there are 8 members working on a farm. Although they are all working on the farm, but even if we remove 3 people out of that farm and only 5 people are working now, the productivity does not change. It means that the 5 people are have the capacity and are equivalently productive to 8 people. The 3 people who are extra employed are called hidden or disguisedly unemployed because they are not doing any actual work. That work is complete without their interference also. Now these 3 people, if we employ these 3 people in any other kind of work, they can produce something more and can produce more profit. So this is called disguised unemployment. Now you can see this cartoon. Here we can see this broadly shows us that number one, the number of vacancies or the number of vacancies for the job is very less as compared to the applicants. As you can see, a long queue. Also, the words that the employer is saying, they all want jobs so bad that they are willing to pay for an employment opportunity. They are not even sure that they'll get the job, but just to get an opportunity they are paying. This shows that the due to the unemployment, you can see the people are getting exploited. So with this we come to the effects of unemployment. First one is wastage of manpower resource. Second, we come to increase in economic overload. When more population is a liability and not an asset, it increases the economic overload. जो population work कर रही है उसके ऊपर ही burden है बाकी population को भी बाकी population का भी country की. Then unemployment can be emotionally draining on the unemployed person. Now unemployment is emotionally draining, mental health खराब होती है of that person who is unemployed, because even though he has the skill set, then also his and wanting to get a job, he still is not getting a job. Next, it can be a financial and emotional drain on his family members also. It is not only affecting the person but also the family members. Next, a large number of unemployed people is ultimately a liability for the society. As mentioned earlier, these people are a liability, a burden on the society and the economy of the country. High rate of unemployment can also increase the crime rate. Now when the people will not have any jobs, how will they earn their bread? उनको रिजॉर्ट करना पड़ेगा किसी ना किसी मेथड से जिससे वो अर्न कर पाएँ और दे कैन हैव एटलीस्ट 1 or 2 meals ऑफ द डे or sustain themselves. So for that they may resort to negative works, that is vices, and the crime rate of in the society can increase. So with this we come to the end of the chapter. Thank you.